Please introduce yourself, state your name and DOC number for the record.
Henry Ford, 110672.
All right, Mr. Ford, my name is Brendan Kelsey. Along with me is Mr. Marabella and Ms. Wise will be your panel. Read some information to the record, have a parole interview, ask you some questions. You can respond at the end. You can make a statement. We'll take a vote. You understand the process?
Yes, sir.
And we have Ms. Rosa Lewis, who will speak at the appropriate time. Ms. Tanti Shepherd will speak at the appropriate time.
Yes, sir.
Henry Ford, DOC number 110672. You're a third class offender. Parole eligibility date now, good time date 8/15/2064. Full term date 7/10/2065. You have 50-year sentence, 10 months, 15 days. Armed robbery, a habitual offender. Does that sound correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, would you answer Ms. Wise, please?
Good morning.
Good morning, Ms. Wise.
How's it going? How's it going for you?
It's going all right, ma'am.
Good, good. Call out for the record how long you've served on this 50-year sentence.
I served 4.5 years. I'm on a parole violation, ma'am.
You're on parole violation.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because when were you revoked?
May the 22nd, 2019.
Okay, that's what I got. Yes, sir. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm showing as well. That's what I'm showing.
I served 4.5 years on it, ma'am.
And so you just been back in jail since May 22nd of 2019.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's the case. You had 4 write-ups in 2021. 2 of them was for contraband. What were the contrabands?
No, ma'am. I have had 2 write-ups. That's all I have, ma'am. Not 4.
Not 4. Okay, I might have been looking at the wrong dates, but tell me about the contraband.
Well, I can explain that real quick, the dates on there, because I had questioned it too, Ms. Wise, and it was actually 2 write-ups, a 1 and a 3. They kept getting deferred, so they got written in again and written in again, but it's only 2 write-ups for that 21, a 1 and a 3.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, thank you, Warren, for clearing it up.
Okay,
So
and I can tell you about the write. The write-up was a cell phone, ma'am.
Okay,
And
that's what
at that time, I needed to get in touch with my family, and I had no other means, and I used one of my friend's cell phone, and unfortunately, I got caught with it, and I take full responsibility for my action on that behalf.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate hearing that. So you had a hearing January 31st of 22, and you were denied, I think, because of those DVs then, and they said you needed programs. And so since your last hearing, tell us what programs you've taken.
I did pre-release. I've done Cage and Rage, and I've done Living in Balance, and I'm currently in the STAR program, ma'am.
Yeah, since June of 23, you've been in STAR. How's that going?
I love it. I think it's a wonderful class.
Is it?
Yes, ma'am. And I still have not received any more write-ups.
You sure haven't, according to what I'm saying. So what's your plan now to stay clean and sober?
First and foremost, I would seek counsel. I will continue to seek counsel and continue my sobriety if granted parole today.
I mean, when you say that, what does that mean? Walk that out for me. What that mean?
I will find counsel. I will continue to go to my ANAA to find someone that's responsible, that's dealing with the sobriety clause.
Okay. Now, when I was reading the police reports, it was indicated that you were known for selling drugs.
And ma'am, I have no desire to use or sell drugs. I can explain that to you.
Please do.
Look, May 22nd, 2023, I lost my son to the fentanyl crisis. I lost my son.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch the date. When did you lose your son?
May 22nd, 2023, I lost my son to the fentanyl crisis. I would never sell another drug in my life. No, I ever use a drug.
I'm so sorry for your loss, sir. I'm sorry for your loss.
That was a hard pill for me to swallow.
It sounds like you're a little angry.
No, I'm just a little upset when I think about it.
You think about what?
I sold drugs, and then that's the same drug that took my son's life.
Yeah. I don't know what to do with that either. I couldn't tell you what to do with that.
I know I have no desire to sell drugs or use drugs again in my life.
I'm glad to hear that. I see you got baptized August the 1st of 2019.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm glad to hear that. Now, your supervision history, you absconded. I think the officer said you absconded 5 times over your supervision period.
No,
What's
ma'am.
that all about?
No, ma'am. They are incorrect with their number. Absconded, and what dealing with absconded is changing my address and not
Well,
knowing.
yeah, the definition of absconding don't mean you left the state. It doesn't mean that. It really doesn't mean that. It's a more narrow definition.
What I
You know where you was.
I learned that as was
Okay.
changing my address and not notify them on time. I learned that the hard way.
Well, you're actually supposed to notify them before you change your address.
That I promise I would never do that again in life. If granted opportunity, my mind and my action, my purpose is straight. I know what I need to do. You know.
I do want you to know that the probation parole was able to reach your victim of the armed robbery, and she had no comments, but she did indicate that she never did get the $410 in restitution that she had requested.
And if granted parole today, I can assure her she would get her money immediately.
Well, how are you gonna do that? How you gonna pay?
I have family. I have a job line. I have family support.
What job you got lined up?
I'm either work with my cousin on a food truck or either work with my partner that has a painting business. He turned the paperwork in.
Okay, so what do you do every day now at the prison?
I work in the rec room as the orderly. I clean up and
Okay.
stuff.
Now, there's an indication in your record that you're disabled. That's not correct?
I don't allow my disability to hinder me from work, and I still work even though I'm listed as disabled. I work according to my capacity for the limited duties I can work. I just can't stand up a long period of time, but I can work. I
understand. You can't stand for long periods of time. That's your disability.
Yeah, but I can work. I just can't stand for a long period of time.
Okay, and it shows that you're married. Is that the correct marriage, your status?
We're no longer married.
You're divorced?
Yes,
A
ma'am.
real divorce, okay. And you're the father of 3 children. What's the ages of your children?
I got one that's 37 and my daughter's 36, and I lost my son that was 36. I had a set of twins.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, how many baby mothers is that?
That's 2 baby mothers. I have 5 grandkids.
Congratulations. Great, 5 grandkids. All right, that's good. I'm just really concerned about you, sir. You do have a high risk, but you have low needs. And that's just kind of based on your, well, you got a moderate in 2023, you had a high risk in 2019, if you did get that down. I don't know. I mean, hear what the warden has to say. Thank you for answering my questions. And I want to hear what you got to say too at the end.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good morning, Ms. Wise.
Morning, sir.
Henry Ford, he's a character now, as you can tell.
Yes.
He's a Pride member. He is in that STAR program, which I think is a good program and important. He actually helps us. He forgot to mention he helps facilitate a parole prep class we have here. And so it's one of the classes. A lot of people that are going up for parole, they kind of go in front of them and talk about some of the things that may get asked and stuff. So he's one of the facilitators there. He does work hard. He does a good job.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're here for Miss Rosa. Miss Rosa, would you like to make a statement?
Yes, I would. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I am Henry's aunt. I have 15 nieces and nephews, 5 grandsons, and 1 daughter that's alive. I tell them that I'm an old lady now and I know stuff. I thank God that they are obedient. Now, I want to take some blame for Henry because I didn't stop him and talk to him when I saw he was making mistakes. But I'm going to ask you to give us another chance. And I promised you that I won't make that mistake again. I learned from the mistake I made with Henry, and I am stricter with the nieces and nephews that I have now. And they listen. They listen. When I tell them I know stuff, they think that I know stuff. And guess what? I do. I pray. And I don't pray because I'm an old lady. I pray. I've been praying since I was 15 years old. I know that God answers prayers. I have talked with Henry since he's been in there, and I had to really get on him because he didn't do what I thought he should have done. but I have seen the change, the real change in him. We are all older. We are post-COVID, and we have to stay out of the streets. He knows this. We talk about following the rules. We all have to follow rules, legal rules, the rules of man, and God's rules. We don't have to like them, but we have to follow them. He knows that. Give us another chance. I promise he won't be back. I
Yes, ma'am.
promise.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you for your comment. And you're
Thank
not an
you.
old lady. You're all right, Ms. Tanji,
So she's 80.
would you like to next thing you stand up there, make a brief statement?
I'm with my auntie on it.
Ma'am,
I'm with my auntie on it.
Mhm.
We made a mistake. Because we wouldn't know him as hard as we should have. But I think you've learned this lesson now. I think it's ready to come home and sit on the Gary with me. Because that's why I said it. I said something Gary. I don't like trouble. And I think I need to be a little more harder on him so he could stay right there and raise some grandkids like I'm raising my grandkids. I lost my kids to the streets. And it would be nice to have my brother home to help me with my grandkids so that I can help him with his grandkids. Please give us another chance. Thank you.
Right, thank you. All right, Henry, would you like to make a statement on your behalf?
On behalf of me, I ask that y'all would grant me the second opportunity at life. I have been here 4.5 years, and I realized that the bad decision and the poor choices I made in my life, I can understand the man that's sitting before y'all now is not the same Henry Ford that came in then. I took advantage of the opportunity that was given to me for the classes, the rehabilitation program. And I want to thank y'all for allowing me this opportunity to sit before y'all right now.
Right, thank you. Panel prepared to vote?
yes, yes.
Ms. Pearl Wise.
I tell you, when I read my notes, when I read your file last night, I had denied. I had a bunch of reasons, poor supervision history of absconding. I had all of that. But I want you to know your auntie changed my mind.
Thank you.
And what the warden said changed my mind, and your age. So you know, and the loss of your son. If that don't get your attention, you know, nothing will. I'm inclined to take a chance on you. So my vote is to grant because of the warden's comment, the positive. I'm only one vote. Though. The positive comments and the family support. And you have a good transition plan if you work the plan.
Yes, ma'am.
That's 3 AANA meetings a week.
Yes, ma'am.
Get a sponsor within 60 days of being out. Get you a sponsor. And I want probation to do random drug screens over your entire period of supervision. And because of your poor supervision history, report weekly for the first 4 weeks when you get out. You got to get acclimated to understanding what your conditions are weekly for the first 4 weeks. I'm just only one vote, but that's my vote.
Mr. Marabella.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Ford, I'm like Ms. Pearl. I did not come here with the intention of probably giving you any relief today. Listen to your aunt. I think your aunt is going to kind of keep you straight. I'm a little concerned, and I want to tell you, I'm a little concerned about your. Let me back up just a little bit. I was a drug court judge for 14 years, and I saw a lot of drug addicts. And it bothered me when they were always so positive and talk and talk and talk. And I see that with you. And I think you know all the words. I think you know all the things to say. I just don't know if it's inside you yet.
It's inside.
And I think that you need to work on that.
Yes,
But
sir.
I'm willing to take a chance. I think you got a good support group. I like the conditions that Ms. Pearl has put on you. So my vote likewise would be to grant the same conditions as she's out.
I appreciate it.
Well, Warden, has he completed the STAR program? We need to make sure he completes it before we leave. Has he completed the STAR program? I know he's been in it since June.
No, ma'am, he has not completed it yet.
Okay, that's, well,
Yeah,
grant
complete that.
conditionally,
Conditions on him
completing
completing
the STAR program. Yes, sir. Thank you, Ward.
Yes, ma'am.
I you have 2 votes to grant your parole, so I'm gonna vote to grant your parole for the same reasons as stated. Positive comments by the warden, you have good family support. You have to complete the STAR program, you have NAA 3 times a week. And then I want you to do community service for 6 hours per month.
Yes, sir.
Get back to the community, speak to at-risk youth, speak to your church. You have random drug screens weekly, report to your PO weekly, first 4 weeks, and then I want you to have curfew from 10 p to 6 a.
Yes, sir.
That's the stipulations. 3 votes to grant, your parole's been granted. Good luck to you.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate y'all.